Right now, another threat at Madison Memorial High School today found to be non-credible what law enforcement is saying about these incidents.
Plus, President Biden visits Wisconsin, what he had to say about the bipartisan infrastructure law and how it will help the state.
And UW-Madison answering your questions tonight about the conflict between Russia and Ukraine as the fighting there continues. News 3 Now at 6 starts right now. An ongoing string of threats at Madison Memorial High School has school leaders asking people to think twice before deliberately misdirecting the school.
Today, detectives immediately found a third threat this week to be not credible, but don't yet have a suspect or know if all are from the same person. Naomi Coles joins us now to explain.
The school's message, it is unusual and disruptive. And in terms of a new ad hoc committee forming to study safety and security in the district, it's now on their list.
A stressful week at Madison Memorial High. 3 threats, 3 days.
We have never experienced anything like this in the past where we had an influx of threats coming into one school.
Police don't know yet whether the same person is behind all 3 and don't have a suspect for any of them. Officials say use 911 when you don't feel safe, but don't abuse it.
Just ask for those who are making these calls that are turning out to be unsubstantiated, that they think about that piece and also the resources, the strain on resources on our first responders and the disruption in learning for our students.
This all comes after violence has repeatedly made headlines this school year. It's leading to an ad hoc committee looking at safety and security in the district. East High senior Gordon Allen will likely be the co-chair.
What can we implement now? Like, what are our short-term and long-term goals? And, what can we do to make our schools safe?
Set to meet for the first time later this month, Allen says finding strategies for dealing with uncredible and disruptive threats like this will be one of their goals.
We would definitely be targeting those things.
The ultimate goal, not just words, but actions.
The community wants to work with, mental health professionals and community members and other advocates to, vision and implement district policies that, ensure that students feel safe, a sense of community, just overall wellness, and that they get the mental health support that they need.
The threats today were resolved fairly immediately and didn't require a hold or any evacuation like the first couple days this week.
The superintendent of the Madison School District says state leaders should spend Wisconsin's budget surplus on education. Dr. Carlton Jenkins says Governor Evers and the Republican leaders in the legislature need to work together to invest in our schools. Right now, the state has a $5.5 billion surplus.
We could easily give $343 back to our school systems. And wow, would that help Osseo, small district? Would that help Middleton? Would it help MMSD? Would it help Milwaukee? Would it help Racine? Would it help Stoughton? Yes.
Other speakers at today's event say investing in education will help build the state's workforce for the future. Governor Evers has called for a special session of the legislature focused on spending the surplus. Let's check your certified most accurate forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti.
Temperatures are starting to turn colder across southern Wisconsin now that a cold front has moved through. Let's start out by taking a look at visible cloud track. We had clouds for much of the day today, and now some thicker clouds are arriving in from the north and west. And as we check out Doppler track, there is some light precipitation, mainly in the form of some light rain showers and maybe even a few flurries of snow as temperatures start to turn cold enough for at least a few flakes to reach the ground. But right now, temperatures are not too bad. We started out in the upper 20s this morning. Janesville was 30 for the overnight low temperature and some low 30s in southwestern Wisconsin. But temperatures this afternoon climbed up into the middle 40s here in Madison and the low 50s across far southwestern and far southern Wisconsin. But notice how those temperatures have dropped down to around 40 near the Illinois state line, upper 30s here in Madison, and middle 30s to the north. And by tomorrow morning, we'll be down into the upper teens. Any precipitation will mainly be confined to the evening hours. Look for some breaks in the clouds overnight and again during the day tomorrow, but it'll be a colder day with a high of 33. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that includes a warm-up and some thunderstorms as well.
Gary, thank you. On the heels of his first State of the Union address, President Biden back in Wisconsin today, his first visit to the state since last summer. He was in Superior touting the infrastructure bill, and during his trip, President Biden visited the Blatnick Memorial Bridge. That's where he met with several members of a construction crew, as well as Governor Tony Evers. He says the money from the infrastructure law will go to fixing the state's bridges.
America used to have the best infrastructure in the world, the best bridges, roads, airports, etc. Now our infrastructure ranks number 13 in the world. according to the World Economic Forum. You can't compete for jobs in the 21st century if we don't fix that. That's why it was so important to pass the bipartisan infrastructure law.
In his first State of the Union address, President Biden said the U.S. will begin fixing more than 65,000 miles of highways and 1,500 bridges this year. Wisconsin GOP Congressman Tom Tiffany in Superior today for the president's speech. Tiffany says President Biden showed weakness last year when he pulled the U.S. out of Afghanistan and says Vladimir Putin is now taking advantage of that.
That action on January 20th of 2021 emboldened people like Vladimir Putin. They saw America as weak. And then when you had the Afghanistan war, that was just simply a debacle. No other way to put it. President Biden put America's tail between its legs and came back home.
Tiffany says he was also concerned last night when the president talked about expanding the role of government.
A Wisconsin judge rules that Republican Assembly Speaker Robin Vos and former state Supreme Court Justice Michael Gableman denied or delayed access to requested public records related to the investigation into the 2020 presidential election. The judge also ruling that Vos and Gableman would be responsible for covering legal costs of the liberal group American Oversight that brought the lawsuit. Vos, Gableman, and the Assembly were fined $1,000 each. Those fines will likely be paid by taxpayers if they stand.
Tonight, UW-Madison Center for Russia, East Europe, and Central Asia will host a panel about the Russia-Ukraine conflict and its impact here at home. Experts will explore the historical relationship between the two countries, the impact of sanctions, and emerging threats to democracy.
I think there's going to be implications for a lot of other countries, but also in this country. We know that democracy is under threat in different ways. And I think it's going to change the debate a little bit to say, like, hey, let's take a step back and think about what does it mean to have a democracy? What are democratic institutions? How do you support democracy? So that's one of the implications.
Tonight's event will start at 7 p.m. in the Pyle Center, room 313. A Zoom webinar of the lecture will also be available. Viewers can submit questions during that live stream. You probably won't find Russian vodkas at your local Pick and Save for just a bit. That's because its parent company, Kroger, announced it has removed all Russian-produced vodka from their shelves over the weekend. The company operates stores in 35 states. And Woodman's in Madison also halting business with Russia. The company announced on Facebook yesterday it will stop selling Russian vodka. On Monday, Total Wine also announced it would remove all Russian-made products from store shelves.
6 people are displaced this morning after a fire at a Beloit apartment building. It happened around 7 o'clock in the 1200 block of 6th Street. Fire department officials said smoke could be seen coming from one of the apartment units when crews arrived. The flames were quickly extinguished. No injuries were reported. The Red Cross is assisting the victims. The DNR is ending its all-online Hunter Education course option on March 20th for students under 18 years old. Those who are 18 and older will continue to have the online course. The all-online option was previously offered temporarily due to COVID-19. The under 18 group will return to in-person courses. Coming up, how SSM Health is helping the Madison Police Department train their canines.
Plus a fundraiser giving you the opportunity to make your fitness trainer work up a sweat for once. Which gyms are taking part and what the money is going to help.
You're watching Madison's fastest growing newscast. News 3 now at 6.
I like my smile. I like my smile after finishing the power swabs.
I think white teeth are absolute sexy magnets. I love it.
Power swabs have really made a huge difference on the entire quality and color of my teeth, and I'm very, very happy with them.
I've used strips and trays, and they both gave me really sensitive teeth for hot drinks, ice cream, anything hot or cold. Really, really sensitive teeth. With the power swabs, I've been using them for a week and nothing. I had hot coffee this morning and ice cream last night and no problems.
It is so fast. It is effective.
Great thing about power swabs is that it's just easy to use. To me, it's the best solution for teeth whitening on the market.
Introducing Power Swabs, the 5-minute stain removing and whitening treatment. Apply the Step 1 stain removing cleanser. Use the swab to get in between teeth, around edges, as the blue cleansing detergent is thin enough to get into pores to release stains. Open Swab 2. Duplicate the process. Instantly see up to a full 2-shade difference. That's powerful. Forget gooey trays. Save a fortune on electronics. Forget slippery strips. Imagine your teeth up to 6 shades whiter in a week. Call or visit us online now, and we'll send you the complete Power Swab system. 7 cleansing swabs. 7 Power Swab foaming whitening swabs. Thanks for celebrating hundreds of thousands of satisfied smiles. We're offering them to you right now for this incredible discount. We'll pay your shipping and handling. If you're not fully satisfied, even after day 1, return it for your money back. Laugh more. Smile more. Enjoy life more. Call right now or go online now, and we've been authorized for a limited time to include our on-the-go Power Swab Stain Out Quick Stick. It's a $19.95 value, free. With this complete offer, you are saving over 40%. Call or go online now. Brighten your smile and your life now.
Madison Police Department's K-9 unit getting some training exercises done thanks to SSM Health. MPD was allowed to use SSM's vacated clinic building for the day. There, the K-9s worked on tracking, patrol work, and finding narcotics. The building allows officers and their K-9s to train in a real-world setting.
Dogs can be just like humans in the way they can be very contextual in the way that we can't train at the same place every single day. If we, as humans, train at the same place every single day, you know, we're going to start cheating and looking for things that may have been there in the past, and it's nice to be able to switch and have different locations for them to train.
Right now, there are 7 K-9s on the MPD team. An 8th dog was recently added. Guests from Greene County and Verona PD were also there.
Multiple gyms in Dade County are raising money for local kids who are financially limited from playing sports. It's called Burpees for Bucks. A burpee, a full-body exercise used in strength training, and trainers will do 1 burpee for every $1 donated. And 100% of those donations benefit the youth grants awarded by the Madison Area Sports Commission. Some gyms include Orange Shoe, Pinnacle Health and Fitness, and Peter Krause Fitness.
We know that our clients, they like to get back at us and make us do some of the hard work. And so we know that they're going to be making some big donations, all fundraising for the Madison Area Sports Commission youth grant programs.
And you can donate starting March 7th through the 13th. The gyms hope to raise more than $10,000. And we have a link on where you can donate at our website, channel3000.com. And if you work out with a Fitbit, you might want to listen up. The company issuing a recall because they could burn users. The recall affects about 1 million smartwatches sold in the U.S. between September of 2017 and this past December. Lithium-ion batteries inside the watches apparently can overheat and cause severe burns. Almost 80 people have reported injuries. Customers can contact Fitbit to learn more about the recall and receive a refund. Could an anesthetic that's been used since the 1970s also help treat people with depression and suicidal thoughts?
Coming up, Mark Kane hears from health experts and a patient about the treatment, the surprising results they've reported.
And could we see temperatures break into the 50s this weekend? Your complete forecast after the break.
The Lynx device stops reflux by using magnets to strengthen the muscle at the end of the esophagus, and this prevents acid from flowing from the stomach back into the esophagus.
Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
Now is the time to turn your dream into a reality with 11% off design and buy projects at Menards. Breeze through your project planning with ease using interactive tools that factor in the details that matter. If you're dreaming of a kitchen with an island for entertaining, a deck to grill up the perfect hot dog, or a post-frame building large enough to protect your prized possessions, what are you waiting for? Get a free estimate with instant pricing and buy your project today with Design and Buy at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Steinhoffel's biggest President's Day sale has been extended. There's still time to save big. Start with 35 to 55% off throughout the entire store. And then get great bonus buys like this accent chair, now just $99. A swivel bar stool, only $2.99. Beauty Rest Queen mattress, just $3.99. This queen bed, only $7.99. All this and so much more. Steinhoffel's biggest President's Day sale ever has been extended. Relax, it's Steinhoffel's.
Instead of being impartial, media outlets have become advocates for the Democrat Party. They got Joe Biden who campaigned from his basement, elected president. Now they're covering up the disasters his policies created by attacking and censoring anyone who exposes the failures. But they can't hide inflation, higher gas prices, and rising crime from the people devastated by them. I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message. I will continue to ask questions and uncover the truth.
Guys, do you suffer from erectile dysfunction? Now there's great news. Peak Performance for Men will help you regain your performance and confidence naturally. Peak Performance for Men uses an advanced form of acoustic wave therapy, clinically shown to open up and regrow blood vessels, restoring normal and natural functionability where it counts most. There are no needles, no surgery, and best of all, no pain. Call now and receive an ultrasound, your initial consultation, all for free, and over $300 value. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Schwab, General Surgeon at Stoughton Health. If you suffer from reflux, please join us for our upcoming seminar on the Lynx device, a new and innovative treatment to stop reflux.
Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
Could a drug stop suicidal thoughts or depression in hours? Sounds improbable.
Well, there is such a drug. It's called ketamine. It's an anesthetic used since the 1970s, and it's now being used by some psychiatrists to treat certain patients with sometimes remarkable results.
One of the biggest hurdles in southern Wisconsin was accessibility to the treatment. As Mark Kane tells us, that has now changed.
In a nondescript office building in Fitchburg lies hope for people with serious mental health problems.
So they come in here, we'll get a
Sarah Wilczewski is a certified registered nurse who administered anesthesia in operating rooms.
This is all it is this vial.
Has opened the area's first ketamine clinic, Revival Fusion Madison. Patients need a referral from their psychiatrist to get the treatment.
I had to seek out mental health care for myself for the first time a few months back, and I was battling some PTSD symptoms, and I realized how difficult it really is to find a good provider and a provider that doesn't have a super long wait list.
Ketamine used in operating rooms is also widely known as a club drug, a date rape drug. But since 2017, doctors have been using it off-label to help people who are severely depressed, even suicidal. Dr. Stephen Garlow, a UW health psychiatrist, has treated hundreds of patients with ketamine.
Do we know why this works for depression?
That is the million-dollar question. There are any number of science groups, drug company groups who really want to know the answer to that. One thing that it does do is ketamine causes a release of something in the brain called brain-derived neurotrophic factor.
And it's widely thought that factor helps improve neuron connections in the brain.
Trying to understand how this works, why it works, and in who it works is an area of great interest right this minute.
It doesn't work for everyone, but when it does work, it works, and fast, sometimes within hours.
It worked for you.
It was a miracle drug.
Rob, who asked we not use his last name, is a patient of Dr. Garlow.
In 2008, I was diagnosed with major depressive disorder. And then in 2013, 9 years ago, I had a near fatal attempt of suicide after I lost my job, my health, and my marriage.
Rob tried a dozen different antidepressants. Some had bad side effects, others didn't work at all. He heard about ketamine and decided to look into it.
My doctor has told me I'm in remission from depression.
Really?
So, and that's unusual to go from rock bottom to no depression.
One of the biggest hurdles for Rob was finding treatment. At the time, only Dr. Garlow was administering ketamine. Now there are over 700 clinics nationwide, and now Revival Infusion is the first one in southern Wisconsin.
The research is really compelling, and it just became something that I really wanted to pursue. About the same time, my husband lost a cousin to suicide, and it was an awful experience, but it really just kind of confirmed my desire to help people in this different way.
The treatment involves 6 infusions the first 3 weeks, then, depending on the patient, maybe monthly. Keep in mind, it works to some degree for about 70% of patients. And it's not cheap, almost $500 a session, and not all insurance companies cover it. But if it saves a life, what price do you put on that?
It just gives me goosebumps, and it's so inspiring just to see these people improve in such a short amount of time.
It turned your life around.
Turned my life around. I have greater clarity. I have better energy. My relationships with people are better. All the things I was looking for and more.
The Food and Drug Administration has just approved a new drug called Ketamine, and it is almost the same treatment as a ketamine infusion.
And here's the best news. Ketamine is expected to be covered by most insurance plans. Well, after tomorrow at least, the warm stretch of weather looks to continue into the weekend. Maybe a taste of some spring storms, Gary?
Yeah, when you start seeing those up and down temperature swings, the weather pattern is starting to get more active. And today, the temperatures have been going down, at least since mid-afternoon. We're down to 39 in Madison. Janesville's at 41. They were in the lower 50s earlier this afternoon, and now temperatures are close to freezing to our north and to our west. And as you look at Doppler track, there are a few light rain showers, maybe even mixed with a few flakes of snow, but this will mainly be this evening, and then we'll start to see some breaks in the clouds to our north and west, not seeing any precipitation here. So at this point, we're looking for dry weather for the rest of tonight and then during the day tomorrow, for much of the day on Friday as well. Three things you need to know: those temperatures dropping back into the lower 30s for highs today after mid-40s here in Madison, and then we're not as cold on Friday. Temperatures will sneak back into the lower 40s. We'll see some rain showers develop Friday night, maybe mixed with some freezing rain or snow well north of Madison, and then we'll see some thunderstorms on Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening, but then we turn colder again toward the end of the weekend, and by Sunday night into Monday of next week, there's the possibility for some light snow. Now, longer range future track computer model, this is from the GFS model from the U.S. government. This begins Friday at 6 p.m. Notice the precipitation developing Friday night, but notice where that mix of precipitation is. Farther to the north. Yesterday it was just around Madison or just to the north. Now it's into central Wisconsin. So I think if there is a mix of precipitation, it's more likely to be north of the Dells. I think from Madison southward especially, we're just looking at rain. Then as we head into the day on Saturday, notice those winds out of the south, bringing in temperatures into the mid-50s. Some areas may hit 60 degrees, and ahead of a cold front coming in from the west, this could trigger a couple of little lines of thunderstorms that'll be fast moving. Those will move on through, and then after a dry day on Sunday, the next weather system starts to approach from the south and bring some light snow from Sunday night into Monday, and perhaps some minor accumulations. The Storm Prediction Center Day 4 severe weather outlook has the possibility of maybe an isolated severe thunderstorm into at least southwestern Wisconsin, as well as much of eastern and central Iowa. Rainfall amounts could be somewhere around a ½ inch to 1.5 inches, especially to our north and west, where the storms will be going a little bit earlier. And then as far as the snow, one of the longer range computer models, that's the GFS model that we just showed you, showing the potential for maybe 1 inch or 2 of snow from Madison southward. This is late Sunday night into Monday, whereas the European computer model has most of southern Wisconsin completely dry. So again, we're going to have to watch and see how that works out. Right now, though, our temperatures are starting to turn colder, but look at how warm it is to our south. St. Louis was in the 80s today. Much of Kansas was in the 80s. So there is spring weather on the map, but just we get teased at least for the time being. So our forecast for tomorrow calls for a colder day, variably cloudy skies, high temperature at 33 degrees. And then we're back up to 42 Friday. That rain or a mix of precipitation Friday night, changing to showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm Saturday afternoon, Saturday night. Turn colder on Sunday. Snow chances from late Sunday night into Monday. Dry weather Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. And then Thursday and Friday, another weather system brings the possibility for some snow or maybe some mixed precipitation.
And coming up in sports, Chucky Hepburn banked home a Big Ten title for the Badgers, while Greg Gard decided not to call a timeout before he took the shot. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
It's BOGO Thursdays at Hy-Vee. This Thursday, buy one breakfast, get one free. That's right, dine with us on Thursday, and when you buy one delicious breakfast, get one free. Thursday only. Scan the QR code or check out HyVeeDeals.com for more deals.
You're a hard worker. Provide for your family. Do good things in the community. Help out your neighbors. You've been there for so many others. Now, we're here for you. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
Your mission, stand up to moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis and take it on. with Rinvoq. Rinvoq, a once-daily pill, can dramatically improve symptoms. Rinvoq helps tame pain, stiffness, swelling, and for some, Rinvoq can even significantly reduce RA fatigue. That's Rinvoq relief. With RA, your overactive immune system attacks your joints. Rinvoq regulates it to help stop the attack.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Talk to your rheumatologist about Rinvoq relief. Rinvoq, make it your mission. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Rinvoq.
Introducing the City Guide 2022 from the award-winning Madison magazine, with insider tips on where to eat, what to do, and places to see. Available for a limited time on area newsstands or online at madisonmagazine.com.
It's BOGO Thursdays at Hy-Vee. This Thursday, buy one breakfast, get one free. That's right, dine with us on Thursday, and when you buy one delicious breakfast, get one free. Thursday only. Scan the QR code or check out HyVeeDeals.com for more deals.
Do fitness centers turn you off? Josh Breider takes you to the Ungym. Learn how they're making members of all ages, shapes, and abilities feel welcome.
Plus, we're continuing to track that weekend rain chance. That's tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
Well, it's the shot that nearly blew the roof off the Kohl Center. Chucky Hepburn, a true freshman, by the way, banked in a step-back three with 1.2 seconds left to give Wisconsin their second Big Ten championship in the last 3 years. Now, the age-old question Greg Gard faced in the final seconds: do you call a timeout to draw up a play, or do you put the ball in your playmaker's hands? He chose the latter, and it worked out well for all parties involved.
You know, trying to get the last shot and just, you know, you put a, you know, if it was him or Johnny, put the ball in, you know, your playmaker's hands. And obviously he made a play.
I knew as soon as he got the ball and was bringing it on the floor, I knew he was going to take the shot. I didn't want the ball in anybody else's hands. And, you know, he did what he does best.
That's going to be the second. The Wisconsin women taking on Illinois in the first round of the Big Ten tournament, and Katie Nelson had herself a game for the Badgers. The step back two, part of her game high 27. Bucky led by 3 at halftime, but it was a totally different story in the second half. Wisconsin's season comes to an end. 75-66 is their final. Badgers finish with 8 wins in year 1 of the Marissa Mosley era. For the second time in 2 weeks, the Wisconsin women's hockey team will face off against Ohio State. The last 2 times they played each other didn't go well for the Badgers. The Buckeyes swept them, outscoring UW 7-2. But Mark Johnson's squad did sweep OSU earlier in the season, and now it's a 1-game series with a spot in the championship game on the line.
Biggest difference is the playoff game, and so the winning team on Saturday gets an opportunity to play for a championship on Sunday. So stakes are high, and hopefully, you know, we're able to, you know, do some things in Saturday's game that maybe we didn't do as well down in Columbus.
And just a reminder, you can watch Wisconsin's final face-off semifinal game against Ohio State on TVW. Puck drops at 4 o'clock on Saturday.
All right, Zach, thank you. Gary, final check of the forecast.
A little bit of light precipitation out there, mainly south of Madison. That should end later on this evening, but temperatures continue to drop. They're mainly in the 30s now.
All right, Gary, thanks. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.